Episode 12, April 5th, 2011.
Howard and Kevin opened your mail.
Hear ye, hear ye! Pray silence for the Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail podcast. Online and on the web. That's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a town crier. He's from like 1750.
What does he know
He
about?
doesn't know it, you know.
You need to have one of those bells. Clang, clang,
I know.
clang.
Can we put that in as a sound effect?
I think we could probably do that later.
That sounded great, that sound effect. That was excellent. Very accurate.
Hear you. So we were in the town square there.
We were, yeah.
Were you reading from a scroll, one of those
I was,
parchment
yeah.
scrolls?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I declare today to be officially Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail Day.
Oh, someday they'll have that for us in our hometown.
The town crier.
Anyway, folks, welcome to the Howard and Mail Open Your Kevin. Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail podcast. Welcome to show number 12. It's a big one. In no way whatsoever, but still, you know, it's a show. Howard,
Professor.
how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for being the one who pressed start.
My
I don't know.
pleasure.
I'm not sure what I was about to say. Thank you for. Thank you for having me on your show, Kevin.
No problem. My next guest is former
So yeah, it's good to be back. Like you said, episode 12.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, not the roundest of numbers. Although in the olden days of like when 12 inches made a foot.
That's true. Yeah, 12 was a big deal in the old days.
It's kind of a round number in 12 months in a year. You know.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of a round number in Old English terms.
Yes, although it did get screwed in the baker's dozen because I think that's actually 13.
Yeah, that's because
Which is
the
unfortunate.
bakers are trying to give you a little something special.
Yeah, they were really generous back then. Not like now. I am so sick of bakers and their attitude.
Tell
Every
me
time
about
I go to
it.
the
It's like
bakery.
11 now.
Yeah, exactly.
The baker's
yeah.
dozen is 11.
They're screwing us.
So thanks for tuning in, dear kind listeners. As you all know, we have a website, HowardandKevin.com. So check us out there. You can listen to all our shows. We have notes. We have all sorts of fun little odds and ends there.
We do.
You know what you should do? You should go on Facebook and like us.
Yeah, I've done that.
And me too. And you should follow us on Twitter.
That's true. We're also on Twitter.
And you can hear all our news and exciting updates and special,
all our news.
special announcements.
Yeah. Mostly it's about, hey, we got a new episode coming out.
And hey, don't forget, folks, this show is about us reading your mail, opening it. We might not even read it. We might just open it.
Yeah, sometimes we open the mail and just throw it right in the garbage.
So write us letters, mail@HowardandKevin.com.
Yes, that is kind of the purpose of the show. So if you haven't written a letter yet, and you've just been listening to the podcast, why not write us a letter and become part of the fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Think how excited you'll be when you hear your letter read out
Exactly.
on national broadcast television.
Exactly. Just like Evan from Buffalo, New York, who is the subject of our first letter.
Well, what do you know?
How about that?
Um,
he says, are we ready to get on the
I guess
letters?
we are. Yeah,
okay,
I think so.
Did you have anything else?
I just need to
more
warm up a
business?
little bit.
That's good. Finally. Finally, you've
All right.
warmed up for a show. That's
Okay,
nice.
I'm
That's
good.
the kind of stuff they usually cut out of the podcast before they put them on.
This is kind of one of those behind the scenes episodes.
Oh, okay, good.
We're laying it bare.
We can take people for a tour later backstage.
At Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail Enterprises.
Exactly, yeah. You'll get an exclusive backstage pass. Anyway,
First letter.
First letter is from Evan in Buffalo, New York. He says, Dear Howard and Kevin, can you help me connect my TV to my stereo? I'm free this weekend. So that's nice.
So that's kind of funny that Evan would write us that letter, because I think we were both probably having the same thought when we read that.
Yes. Which is
that we're the ones who always seem to get asked.
No,
that.
that's
We've
correct.
talked about
Yes.
that on our own before.
We have, yeah. I complain about it all the time. Not that I really mind doing it, but I just seem to be the only one in my group of friends that seems to know how to do this kind of thing. And I must admit, he's asking me to hook his TV up to his stereo. That's something you might have done in like 1985.
Yeah, he's a little
I'm not
bothered.
sure. Yeah, these days you usually have some sort of receiver that's going in between these two things. Often you'll just have the picture coming from your, Blu-ray player or your digital cable, box. That'll go right to the TV, and then your audio will go to a separate machine, which is called a receiver, which kind of, routes that out to your speakers and stuff.
Sometimes the receiver can be an audio-visual receiver
That's
that
true.
can be a
That's
video
true.
router too. But the point is
this.
there's a lot of different things that can happen nowadays.
There
with
are.
computers
Yes.
and between computers and digital cable
Yeah.
and satellites and Blu-rays and DVDs and
Yeah,
I still have a VHS player hooked up to mine. I got to tell you.
I know. Do you really?
I do. I don't actually press play on it very often, but it is there just in case you never know
It's
when.
so you can watch the 1992 World Series that you recorded.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
that's I'm sure.
You
exactly
never know
what
when
it's
you might want to do that.
like. Yeah, exactly.
But
It's a great thing.
yeah, I'm often, especially with like, parents or
Yes.
older folks or whatever.
Well, yeah.
They never know.
Well, I think more specifically in my life, it's mostly girls. Because,
Oh boy.
well, I'm just saying, sometimes they know what they're doing, but I find, on a whole, it's not that they don't know what they're doing, they just don't care.
They're not
And they're
interested.
just not interested in it, and they know I can do it, so they don't have to learn. So they just, they say, Kevin will do it, just get him over here. We'll I'll make you dinner, and that kind of. So I do get a lot of free dinners out of this kind of thing. But, I do find I'm doing that a lot.
Maybe you should start like a business. Kevin's
Yeah.
Kevin hooks you up.
Yeah, I might get the wrong kind of business with that. I think people may just think I'm a pimp at that point. But anyway.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'll hook you up.
Yeah, exactly. Although I could wear my pimp outfit, which I like to wear. from
You
time
know
to
what?
time.
What part of the problem with all this is
What's
that
that?
nobody wants to read the instructions.
No, it's true, except me. I actually enjoy going through the instructions because I want to see what's new. I want to see if there's a new way to hook something up, if I'm doing it correctly. I don't need the instructions because, as you know, I'm a genius when it comes to this kind of thing. But sometimes I find
But
it.
yeah, people get confused nowadays. You got 5.1 surround sound audio.
Oh yeah,
you
there's
got-
HDMI, there's component, there's composite, there's
Yeah.
S video, there's all these kind of things. There's a lot of different ways to hook your stuff up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mind, but in the end, I think it's funny though. It kind of reminds me of I think it's a throwback to a real primitive state of human society where everyone kind of had a role. And you just, you lived in a little town, and everybody had an expertise about something.
Like a
And,
blacksmith.
Yeah, it's like being part of a society. Really.
So you're the hook up
I'm
the
the
gear guy.
hook up the gear guy. Yeah, exactly. And I go to the blacksmith for my shoe blacking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well. So are you going to help out Evan in Buffalo, New York? It's
I
like a 2-hour drive from here.
well, he's free this weekend. I mean, we probably got this letter about 6 weeks ago, so
He's waiting.
he
but-
was waiting there. Yeah, it's kind of like waiting for the Rogers guy, if I don't mind saying. Which can be a long and
Yes.
laborious.
I think you
sometimes.
should drive down to Buffalo this coming
Okay.
weekend and hook up Evan's stereo. Maybe you'll even take him on a drive to like the local, electronics shop.
Yeah,
and,
Best
and
Buy.
get him to buy something a little
Something
more,
a little, yeah, I
a
know.
little more.
I'm picturing one of those old stereos that had the 8-track in it and that like gigantic volume knob.
Yeah, like everything's all in one. component,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The
Yeah,
eight-track, the volume,
yeah,
it's
the
all right
LP
there.
on top.
Well, Evan, read the instructions and
Yeah, you probably don't need me. In the end, that I don't want to tell people that they don't need me, but
No.
because I want to get the free meal.
yeah.
But in the end, that actually is the truth. You don't actually need. Just read the instructions; you'll be fine.
Although they are confusing.
Well, they are.
And they're often translated from Japanese
Well,
into
exactly,
English in a
yeah.
very awkward way. That
That's
you really
right,
have to
yeah.
you have to really read it 3 times to
That's
understand.
true. Yeah, you got to
So-
send it through Google Translate.
All right, so I hope you've enjoyed Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail. From now on, it's going to be Howard and Kevin Hook You Up.
Yeah.
So we're changing our whole theme, and every week we're going to discuss various connection options.
Okay, all right.
This week we're going to help you set up your surround speakers.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
And if you're looking for a single blonde lady in her mid-30s, we can also help you with that. We can help you with those kind of hookups as well.
Yes, we got it. all.
Anyway, so that was Evan. Thanks for sending the letter in. Hope that answered something at least. I don't even
I
know.
hope he's enjoying.
Sometimes I wonder if anyone gets anything out of our answering these letters, but yeah,
well,
I enjoy.
I hope
talking.
he enjoys watching his television through his speakers.
I think he will.
It will sound
I think
good.
he will.
So
you got a letter there? For,
yeah, we got another letter.
All right, hit me.
Hi, Howard and Kevin. Today was Superhero Day at my son's school. Can't blame him, but at age 10, he didn't want to dress up like a superhero at school. It was also International Women's Day, so they did make a fuss about Wonder Woman.
That's funny.
I'm a little tired of superhero franchises. How about you?
Mm.
However, the heritage moment about the creator of Superman makes me weepy with Canadian pride.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
See ya, Sheila from Oakville, Ontario.
Oh, Sheila.
So thanks. That's a interesting letter, Sheila. Oakville, Ontario. I've been there.
I've been there too.
So I kind of don't blame her son too. I think you get to a certain age where that kind of thing is probably like somebody's trying to do some sort of school spirit week or something, where it's like on Tuesday it's going to be wear a funny hat day,
yes,
and
exactly,
on Thursday it's going to be wear your shirt inside out day or something like that, right? And
inevitably, 29 out of the 30 people in your class don't bother, but you're the one wearing your shirt backwards, and you just look at this. Who is this guy?
And so, at the age of 10, which I think is grade 5, her son's probably saying, I dress like a superhero. That's what I used to do when I was little. I don't want to do that now. Man.
Yeah, that was because he's at age 10, you were kind of approaching that age where you're going to start caring what everyone thinks of you at all times.
Right.
So, you don't want to look like a complete loser in your Batman outfit. Your Batman underoos in class.
Yeah. Now, it's funny that it was International Women's Day, so they did make a fuss about Wonder Woman.
That's pretty funny. Is she a positive role model for women?
That's a good question.
I mean, I'd like to ask women about that. I don't really know, but
she is like a female superhero.
She
was.
But she kicked ass.
But she wore very revealing, skimpy clothing and flew around in an invisible plane.
Yeah, but she wasn't invisible.
No.
So you could still see Wonder Woman flying. Oh, there's Wonder Woman.
Just like her. She's just sitting there.
Her plane was invisible. Yeah, that was a strange little thing.
Yes, it was. So, but I guess if it's International Women's Day, they gotta give a little.
There aren't a lot of other female superheroes.
No, that's
Maybe
true.
She-Hulk.
And there were a few female villains, but
and Catwoman. Oh, she was a villain, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Batgirl. Wasn't there a Batgirl?
There was a Batgirl. Yeah. Or Supergirl. There's always a girl version, it seems. Spider-Girl. I think there is, whenever they had, because comic books, I mean, you got to put a comic book out every month. Right. There's a lot of, of
and
stuff
they
you
go all
do.
sorts of tangents and all sorts of
something like Spider-Man's going on since 1954 or something, So they've got to constantly come up with new things, and they often make a female version of the superhero.
So Sheila asks. She says she's a little tired of superhero franchises. Are we? I kind of agree with her. I am.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not sure that I was ever really into it all that much.
No. Were you a comic book reader when you were a child?
Here's a little embarrassing confession.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, somebody, I don't really remember who, but maybe it was an uncle or someone older than me who I knew, I think it might have been my uncle, gave me a pile of old comic books.
Okay, yeah.
I was probably about 12.
Right.
But they were all like superhero type comic books. The Silver Surfer and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So and they were probably, at that point they were quite a few years old already. So they probably had a little bit of value to them, right?
Yes.
But I traded them to this neighbor of mine for a bunch of Archie comics. Because I thought, I don't want to read the Silver Surfer.
You want to read about Jughead.
I liked
Riverdale.
Archie. So was I into comic books? Only if you count Archie, because otherwise not.
I'm not sure you really would. Archie wasn't a superhero.
No, it's a different sort of genre.
Yes.
Were you a comic book?
I was for a short while. Yeah, I was a Fantastic Four reader and Spider-Man. And I was I was interested in the Marvel universe, as it were. So that's Iron Man.
I did used to
Avengers.
Spider-Man used to have a daily strip in the newspaper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Daily thing. I used to read that, but
it
didn't go very far in 3 panels.
No, it doesn't. No, that's a long story.
It takes a while. It
takes them 6 years to get through one comic book.
Exactly.
But I feel like I kind of left that stuff behind in my late teens. And it was only until some recent comic book adaptation films that I actually was interested in that kind of thing again. I think I got behind the Spider-Man movies because I really enjoyed that story, and I they were done well. I think Sam Raimi, the director, did very good things with those. But overall, I'm not. I mean, there's a whole bunch of superhero movies coming this summer that I'm no interest in.
It's just
going
to keep on coming.
Oh yeah,
because Disney Corporation bought Marvel recently. And
they know how to bleed something dry.
The main reason they did that, I'm sure, is to pick and choose. Yeah. Because there's thousands of characters, right?
That's true. Yeah.
I was reading. And so they're going to pick and choose every little Iron Man type guy and make a movie out of them. So
I know.
So it ain't going anywhere, but
they seem to be, I think, like it's almost like they have this master plan right now because they've had the Iron Man movie, they got Thor coming out, they got Captain America coming out. These are all separate films, but all these characters at one point became like a super team of like heroes. Called the Avengers. So I think what they're leading up is to getting all these guys in the same movie eventually. Wow. Like their master plan is, they're way smarter than us. They know exactly what they're doing with this stuff.
Well, it all shows you that most movies are aimed at 14-year-old boys. So.
Well, there's a lot of money to be made, Howard.
Yes. So maybe this young 10-year-old fella here will get back into it a few years from now when he starts going out with his friends to see movies.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure there'll be plenty around.
Yes.
Eventually, you're going to run out of them, and they're going to be, I don't know, Lampshade Man. You know what I mean? They're going to get to not even the second tier, the third tier characters. It's like, can we do another Captain America movie? Nope, Lampshade Man.
Anyway. Sheila also says the heritage moment about the creator of Superman makes her weepy. So for those of you who don't know, a heritage moment are those in Canada. They're a series of sort of commercials that are like a sort of a public. They're like a little sort of.
It's almost like a PSA, but it's not really.
Yeah, public service announcement. Yeah. Like it's like a little. Just a little something to tell you a little bit about Canadian history.
It's things to be proud about being a Canadian.
Yeah, I'm not sure who sponsored them or whatever,
I don't know.
But they just kind of show up on TV every once in a while.
Yes.
And there's one, I guess, the original creator of Superman was Canadian.
Yes.
Is that the point?
Schuster, I think his name was. I don't remember. Joe Schuster, maybe? Yeah, he was a Canadian. Yeah, he came up with Superman.
Yes, and they're always well produced and
they are
emotional. They make you, as she says,
they do. They work on your emotions. I've seen quite a few of those. And
so you want to stand up at the end and go, all right, Canada, yeah, Superman, okay. Well, we invented basketball too. All right,
that's right.
That's the next one that comes on right after that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And then something about the post office. I forget. There was one about the
post office. Something. We invented a post office. We invented letters, which worked out well for our podcast actually, because where would we be?
Well, Sheila, thank you for your lovely letter. I hope your son made it through the day okay without being embarrassed.
If he's 10 years old, he probably didn't. I mean, I'm not sure I had a day from the time I was 9 until about the time I was 29 that I wasn't embarrassed by something. So.
Okay, well, we hope he makes it through. I'm sure he'll do great.
Yes.
Tell him to just be himself.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sheila.
All right, another letter there.
I got some,
Professor.
It's Dear Howard and Kevin. What's your favorite fast food menu item?
Oh,
that's from Jessica in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I like the sound of Milwaukee.
Go
I've never
Brewers.
been, but I always remember Laverne and Shirley, I believe, was based in Milwaukee. So
as was Happy Days.
Oh, that's right. The spin-off of Laverne and Shirley. Oh no, wait.
No, it was the other way around.
All right, sorry.
And
I always thought I could go to Milwaukee and they would be there. You ever believe that when you were a kid? Because I remember, I wasn't like I'm slightly younger than Howard. Howard may have watched Laverne and Shirley and its original run in prime time.
Don't date me, Kevin.
I wouldn't dream of dating you, Howard.
Hey,
but no. I saw it in repeats when I was very young. So I always thought that if I went to those places that were in the, like if I went to Boulder, Colorado, I could see Mork. You know what I mean? Those kind of things, or Denver, wherever he was from. Yeah, so I thought
Boulder yet.
No, maybe it was, that might be good for a follow-up later. But anyway, yeah, I always thought they'd be there.
Well, Jessica, who lives in Milwaukee, is asking us about our favorite fast food menu item. Now, interestingly, one of the first things I think of when I see Milwaukee is the, they have that sausage race. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
At the Milwaukee Brewers baseball games.
Yeah.
And I guess it's seventh inning stretch or something like
That's
that.
right.
And they have these four
like
guys
four sausages
dressed up as different kinds of sausages.
Right.
He's a bratwurst and he's an Italian sausage or whatever it is.
Yes.
And they all run around and the people scream and cheer for their favorite sausage.
There's a famous internet video that you could find on YouTube that has, I think one of the Brewers players actually hits one of those sausages with a bat.
Oh, yeah.
And he falls over quite humorously. You should check that out if you, but not right now. Finish our podcast and then go check out on YouTube.
Really?
Look up sausage baseball bat and you'll find it. Anyway.
So what's your favorite fast food menu item?
That's interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, fast food is fast food, right? It's something we get when it's, you want it fast.
That's true.
It
is that.
It is that. So yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, do you
do you think she means in general? Like, could I say a hamburger, or does she mean the specific?
Oh, I think. Well, I don't know, but I that's what I was thinking. Hamburger, hot dog, slice of pizza. Filet o fish.
Where would that be from?
The McChicken sandwich.
I must tell you, it recently in the States they brought back the McRib sandwich.
Oh, yes, right? I remember that.
Which is some sort of, I don't know, I'm not sure how they make it. It's a processed pork patty that kind of looks like a rib, but doesn't have any bones.
Right, because they've taken little strips of the meat.
Yeah.
The like.
I think it must be a meat mush.
Recombined meat.
Yeah.
And put it across the thing as if it looks like ribs.
Exactly,
across there.
And it's covered with barbecue sauce and onions and pickles.
I remember that.
Anyway, I think I had one maybe 15 years ago, and I don't really remember it that well. But I must tell you that when I saw the McRib was coming back, for some reason I thought maybe I'd like to get one of those. So I'm not going to say it's my favorite menu item, but it is something I'd like to try. And they will not come to Canada for some reason. They had them in the States for a year, and, that went great. All the McRib fans were thrilled.
There's fans? There's like a whole little
community? I think there's like it's a little cult. Because there was a website based around this. Like, it would tell you where you could find a McRib in your area.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to always go to this place that was called the Red Barn.
Okay.
And it was... But it was always hot dogs and hamburgers. Hamburgers always, to me, always seemed... I mean, it's just because I was a kid. Hamburgers always seemed like the secondary option. Like, hot dogs always seemed to me like the main point of going there.
Right, I see.
And it was only sort of when McDonald's and Burger King and everybody kind of took over the world that the hamburger kind of became the main thing. And now, when I was a kid, I used to be surprised that McDonald's doesn't have hot dogs. I always used to think, why?
That's true.
How could they not have hot dogs? Hamburgers and hot dogs, it goes together. It's
They've
like
never
a thing.
had hot dogs. Yeah, that's a good point. I've never seen a hot dog at Burger King. They've had a lot of stuff. They did pizza, salads, all kinds of... McLobster, I believe, is something you can get in certain parts of the country. Yeah. That's interesting.
Speaking of hot dogs, it reminds me, when I was in university, I used to go once in a while to this cafeteria for lunch. It just sort of in between classes. It was in this certain place I used to go, and this one particular day I go in there, and up on the blackboard it says today's special,
right?
And it said today's special whistle dogs.
Oh yes, I know what a whistle dog is.
Okay,
yeah.
So I didn't know what that was.
Right.
I never heard of it before, but so I said to the lady, what's a whistle dog? And she says, oh, it's a hot dog with cheese and bacon.
Right.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. And I've read that, maybe they sell them once in a while as a special deal at A&W.
Oh, okay, yeah,
so
maybe that's where I've
had
a whistle dog.
I don't know if they invented it or whatever, but I don't know. So I said to her, well, okay, cheese and bacon on a hot dog, that actually kind of sounds good. Why is it called a whistle dog?
Mm.
And I remember that the lady sort of said to me, oh, I don't know. like with this kind
of being all coy.
Yeah, and so I wasn't sure, is she just saying
I don't know, it's weird. Or
Right.
is she saying, you will find out?
I
Like,
see.
I don't
yeah,
know,
you're
right?
too young to know, but
Yeah,
it's really disgusting and dirty.
But it's, yeah.
I can't tell you right now.
I'm not allowed to say, something like that. Anyway, so I didn't know what to make of that, but I ordered one.
Okay.
And I was alone, I wasn't with any friends or anything like that. And it wasn't very crowded in there. And so I took my whistle dog and I had a beverage. I think it was one of those little pints of milk, actually.
Oh, really?
I recall. Which thinking back now, I don't think that really goes with a whistle dog. I
Not
don't know
really.
why I chose that.
No,
but I
that's the kind
specifically-
of like meal you'd get when you go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
That's not the pizza.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's like, can I have a hot dog and a glass of milk,
Yeah.
please?
I was probably on a health kick or something.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But here I am ordering a whistle dog, right?
Yeah,
Um,
but I'll have the milk.
yeah.
It'll be fine.
That'll make up for it.
Cancel it out.
So I go back to my to have the cafeteria tray and I go to a table, and I'm still kind of curious about Whistle Dog, and what's it all about here.
Yeah.
I've never tried one before. So I get I sit down, I get my stuff together and everything, and I pick up the hot dog.
Yeah.
And I reach, lean forward and bite into it the first time, and I'm not lying. I hear this sound of a whistle.
Oh my God.
Now, of course, I kind of freeze in my tracks here, right? And the first thing I think to myself is, clearly someone is playing a joke on me.
Right.
Right? But if I kind of examine this hot dog really carefully to
Yes.
see what the heck's going on here,
Yes.
there's going to be some people over there who are going to laugh at me.
Yes.
So I'm going to pretend like nothing happened.
Right.
Right? So I kind of very surreptitiously look around the room to see if anybody's, nothing's happening. The cafeteria lady's busy doing something else. Doesn't seem like anybody I know is in there.
Yeah.
I can't find anything. I'm kind of like, oh, that was weird. So I take another bite after a minute, and it does it again. This could possibly, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that it's called a whistle dog because it actually whistles
when you eat it.
That can't
that
possibly
seems
be
unlikely.
the case. And yet it was happening.
Right.
So I'm like, at this point now I kind of carefully look the hot dog over and try to see if maybe there's some special, I don't know what, right? I don't know what I'm going to find.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is the most strange thing. So at this point, I'm kind of looking around, and I'm wanting to tell somebody.
Yeah.
Can you believe this hot dog over here? You got to order one of these. Man. It's unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what to make of this. I'm just blown away. I want to tell everybody I know.
Right.
So I put the hot dog down and reach for my milk
Yes.
and lean forward to drink that, and hear same thing.
Oh.
And it turns out,
Wait a second.
I finally figured it out, because that was the thing. It was like, it wasn't the hot dog at all.
Okay.
It turned out it was so stupid. It was my chair. When I leaned forward, the chair squeaked. Every time I would lean forward, the chair would go squeak. But it was just like, if it hadn't been called a whistle dog, if it had
never
been
made that
called a
connection.
cheese dog,
Yeah,
I never would have thought of it.
No.
But the fact that she had me all thinking, you'll find out, it's a very secret little whistle dog. And I was like, oh, man. So here I am looking around.
I thought you...
I had this whole conspiracy theory that I had all these people playing this joke on me.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say two things about this. First of all, I thought maybe you had been punked by Ashton Kutcher. But I thought, I don't think Ashton Kutcher at that point was doing that. And two, I thought... I'm just glad. I'm just happy that this wasn't another story where you were eating wax paper. That's the only other thing I thought might happen.
I didn't eat anything weird.
Wow, that's funny.
Although, unless you think a hot dog with cheese and bacon is weird, but no, I didn't eat anything inedible.
Right.
But yeah, I know it was pretty funny, and I sort of in the end it was sort of sad. I kind of thought, I thought I had I thought I'd discovered some incredible thing here,
In the end, you were just at a squeaky chair.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Oh, well, that's how life is.
And I didn't even have anyone to share it with. Until now.
Finally, you got somebody to share that exciting whistle dog story.
I was able to, now I can tell the world. That lady who works in that cafeteria is probably going, finally!
She's listening in. She's like 85 now.
Yeah.
She's in like a nursing home.
That's right. Now she can finally oil that chair. Been waiting all these years.
Oh, that's
to catch
funny.
somebody else with her daily whistle dog prank.
All right. Well, that was cool. I like the whistle dog story.
So,
You think we got time for one more letter? What do you think?
I guess we could squeeze one in.
Yeah, why not? It's a quick one, I think, though. It's because basically, okay, here it is. Dear Howard and Kevin, with summer coming, I need to get trim. What is she saying? I need to get trim. Oh, I see. I need to get trim to fit into my sexy bathing suit. Any good diet tips? And that was Susie from London, Ontario.
Susie.
Ah. She has a sexy bathing
looking
suit.
for diet tips, and she has a sexy bathing suit.
She does, as described by herself. So she's a little self-aggrandizing, but that's all right.
Well, she's not saying she's sexy. She's saying the bathing suit's sexy.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is that how it works? You can put a non-sexy person in a sexy outfit, and then they become sexy.
Or maybe they don't.
Yeah. I guess I'd have to
But
see
I'm
it.
sure sexy... No, Susie.
Sexy Susie.
Sexy Susie.
Yeah.
I'm sure Susie is going to look fabulous.
I'm sure.
Especially after she takes advantage of all our fabulous diet tips.
Oh, we have so many.
This is becoming one of those like shows that's on at the lunch hour,
Yeah,
on
I know.
TV, like
I know.
on the local station.
We're like a two-man view.
or the morning show.
Yeah,
yeah.
Is Marilyn Dennis?
Good morning, Milwaukee.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in this case, good morning, London, Ontario.
That's right.
Um,
Susie, we don't have any diet tips.
well, the funny thing about diet tips, right,
Yeah.
is that look, let's lay it on the line here. Diets don't work,
No.
right? There's 8,000 books and articles and stupid websites you can buy. It's
Yes.
the all-watermelon diet. All you have to do is eat nothing but watermelon every day for 6 months, and you'll be skinny as whatever.
That's right. Yes.
But
So often they do work for a short time, but it's very
that's
hard
right.
to stick to them.
or
I think
that's the whole
Susie could
point,
probably
is that
go on
they-
a diet and then fix her sexy bathing suit, but she might not. That might not continue. By August, she could be fat again.
Well, that's the problem, right? Is that's why they don't work, because
Yeah.
diets are short-term
Yes.
fixes for long-term problems.
That's right.
I see.
No, I see what
Now
you're
we're getting
saying.
serious again here.
Yeah, we
So
are.
here's my advice.
Okay.
As a health care professional,
Right. Yes.
my advice is...
Is this the episode where you reveal you're a doctor?
I have to pause and go get a medical degree. And come right back as soon as I'm done. The well-balanced, good nutritional diet,
Yes.
exercise,
Very important. Yes.
and there you go.
That's all you need, really. It's those two things.
You do those two things, you do it smartly, anything in moderation.
Yes,
Feel like
it's all
having a
about
whistle
moderation.
dog, eat a whistle dog.
Yeah.
Just don't have a whistle dog every day of the week. And
even though you think there's some sort of magic happening, then it's actually whistling.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, get some exercise, eat smartly, these kinds of things where it's like, because you don't know who to believe, right?
Well, that's the thing. There's a billion diet tips out there.
right.
So-called.
And some of them totally contradict each other.
Exactly. They're all over
The
place.
Atkins diet is eat nothing but protein, and then this other
Yeah.
one is like, don't eat any protein.
I know.
This one is like, eat
Like,
nothing but carbs, and don't eat carbs.
Who the
and-
hell do you believe? That's all.
Yeah, and none of them really work in the end.
Yes. No.
Right? They might work on your end.
Hey!
How you doing? Thank
All
you
right,
very
high
much.
five for that one. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's good.
But and then of course the other thing that we always say, Kevin, is you are who you are, and we think you're sexy no matter what.
Exactly. You don't have to put on the sexy bathing suit. Put on a large moo-moo and go down to the mall and walk around. It's fine. You don't have to go to the beach.
A moo-moo.
A moo-moo, yeah. It's a good look.
Moo-moo is a Hawaiian word.
It sounds very
And,
Hawaiian to me.
I think it's actually spelled M-U-U-M-U-U. So it's actually, if you talk to like a Hawaiian person, they actually pronounce it Ma'u-ma'u.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like ukulele. Ma'u-ma'u. So
Aloha, Howard.
I always think of that when I hear that word. I'm
Wow.
putting on my Ma'u-ma'u.
Have you talked to a lot of Hawaiian?
Oh, tell me. I actually host a get to know your local Hawaiian guys podcast.
You do another podcast about Hawaiians?
Yeah.
Oh my
You know
God, that's weird. I do a podcast about Hawaiians.
It's called Aloha Milwaukee.
Oh
You
my!
see how I brought Milwaukee back in there?
Oh, I see what you did there. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's nice.
It's a callback.
Oh, cool.
Well,
I hope we helped it away, Susie.
In my, I think if we helped her at all, it's don't bother with all the crazy fads.
No.
Fad diets are just fads, and they're fads for a reason because they don't really work.
Exactly.
Get some exercise.
Yeah, come on, Susie, get off your ass.
Get on that treadmill.
Yeah, get on the treadmill and then right down to the beach. Have a great time.
Well, folks, is that good?
I think so, yeah. So now we've got Howard with follow-ups. So what do you got for us this week? What?
I know all the fans of follow-ups have been waiting, but the reality is we're doing such a great job, Kevin.
I booked off 20 minutes at the end of this podcast for you to tell us
that's why I haven't started singing the theme song.
I know.
So basically, the last time we did follow-ups, this is episode 12. When we were recording episode 11, we followed up episode 10. So we're caught up to following up the previous episode. But in episode 11, there was nothing to follow up. The whole thing is just like, you couldn't ask for a more concise, right to the letter, everything's perfect, everything's figured out, we got it all right there. So there's nothing to follow up. Unless you disagree with me, and write us a letter.
That would be another letter.
But so we'll see next time if there's anything to follow up from today.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it seems like a massive excuse, and I think you owe everyone an apology for why you don't have follow-ups.
Well, I think we just have to say something right now that allows us to follow it up.
I think there's been a couple of things. I mentioned something earlier. I can't remember what it was right now, but yeah.
Hey, Kevin, what's the capital of North Dakota?
We'll
look that up.
Fargo?
I don't know. Or is it Bismarck?
It might be Bismarck.
You see, we'll have to look that up and follow it up. That'll give us something to check out.
All right, good.
Maybe we have a little audio tour of that lovely town.
Bismarck. Oh, that'll be exciting.
So, I guess we better wrap it up, eh?
Yeah.
So, folks, thank you, as always, for so kindly lending us your ear.
What a lovely, heartfelt message at the end of our podcast.
We do appreciate your attendance, your loyalty, and your time.
You're listening.
Thank you for listening to Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail. Don't forget to visit us at HowardandKevin.com.
Yeah.
No, we got all sorts of stuff there, including all the old episodes. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Wow. And maybe that's a voice for the next episode. I like that.
I'm working on him.
Okay.
And of course, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. You can like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. You can Twitter us on Facebook. You can face me on the subway. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. Turn around. Turn around and face me.
I'm gonna stop this train wreck right now and say thank you very much, Howard.
And thank you, Kevin.
It was a pleasure. And don't forget, on HowardandKevin.com, you too can send us a letter, which we might just read and answer on
Howard and Kevin Open Your Mail.